Why do you get why is the little dinosaur?
I just wanted a dinosaur, and then I put a leaf in his mouth.
That's cute.
So that people could be like, is it Littlefoot? And I could be like, it's not Littlefoot.
You don't want any copyright stuff.
I don't, no.
No.
That's the last thing I need is whoever made that movie coming after me. I don't think that it was Disney.
It wasn't Disney. Who made Land Before Time?
It was like not Pixar, but it was like, I thought it was.
It was like it was pre-Pixar. It's probably like Universal Studios.
Oh,
or like,
I think it might be that.
You know what I mean? Like one of the Warner Brothers or somebody.
That might even be.
Are you Googling it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you imagine if we get like trademarked on our podcast?
God, I hope so. I hope that.
So that means we won't get any money off this episode.
Well.
Yeah, I knew it was going to be like a random thing. It's Sullivan Bluth Studios.
Oh, Sullivan Bluth.
They probably got bought by somebody.
What's interesting though is that it's Amblin Entertainment too, which I think they had something to do with Jurassic Park. So
Oh, makes sense.
They just really like dinosaurs.
Amblin is basically like Big Dino.
Big Dino. I want to be a part of Big Dino.
I want to be a part of Big Dino.
Do you want to do a bit about being from Big Dino and like they're keeping all the dinosaurs?
Yeah, sure. Like, okay,
you guys are like the officials from Big Dino.
The
and
producers.
I'm just like,
Okay.
Yeah, like whatever. Big Pharma, Big Dino.
pitch us your Dino movie to Big Dino.
But you guys like keep it. Okay, so thank you so much for meeting with me today. Sure. I just really wanted to pitch.
Okay, let's get it going.
Okay, so it's a pterodactyl.
No, can't do that one.
No, too many pterodactyl movies.
Too many pterodactyls. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a stegosaurus.
No.
Stegosaurus.
That doesn't have what's the sticky part.
Listen, give us something fresh, okay?
It's like it's a dinosaur, but they have feathers.
Okay.
So birds.
Yeah.
You want to make a movie about birds?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys were only dinosaurs.
How big is this bird?
I mean, it's a T-Rex covered in feathers because they
That's
really
not a
were
bird.
big chickens. Okay. Well, thanks for meeting with me today. Then.
Yeah, come back when you have something good.
Okay, I will. Thank you.
Dickhead Big Dino producer.
Big Dino producer.
No, I want you guys to be like government officials for Big Dino, not like a producer's. Like, no, that's.
Do I get to wear a suit?
Well, that's what we were, because I was imagining we were from Amblin.
Oh yeah, same.
And you're
But
pitching
we were
us like we've heard it all. We've heard it all, dude.
Have you seen there was like a video going around of it was like dinosaurs like covered in feathers, and they were doing it was like two T-Rexes, and it had like it was doing like a mating dance, and it was like.
Well, that's.
Do you guys see that?
No.
I don't think so.
No, go back. Do like T-Rex mating dance?
T-Rexes with feathers?
Yeah, it was like some sort of like animated, but it was like a National Geographic thing. So it was like actually kind of like serious, but they were like, what would the dinosaurs do?
Oh, I've seen that where they make like documentaries of the dinosaurs, and you're like, we're using that term really loosely these days.
It's pretty funny.
I think I found one, but did it have like little arms or did it have feathers? Oh, okay. I did find it.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Play it.
We'll put it. Yeah, I'll put this.
Turn on the audio. Wait, can you?
There we go.
Do you see that?
It's probably playing out the headphones. It's. And it's turning around, like showing its.
Like, what a time to be alive, guys.
Yeah.
But he zooms in on the arms, so you laugh.
Oh my god.
Literally. This is when like people like try to complain about like I should have been born in the past or something like that. It's like, no, dude, we live in the era of like this is entertainment.
Yeah.
Like this is entertainment.
I think I saw another one where it was feathers. I guess they're not covered in feathers, but the little arms to the little.
Didn't they say at some point that like they've decided that all dinosaurs had feathers?
Yes.
Like all of them.
I was gonna say something about that. How I didn't realize that until I think it was the thing at COSI. Like that basically they were like all of our like models of dinosaurs are basically based on the idea that the bones that we found would have just been like that size. Like they didn't add fat and like muscle tissue and like fur and feathers and things like to those models. So they looked at the bones and then they were like, if we just put skin over top, this is probably what it looked like.
Yeah, basically they just added skin to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, without muscle, or you're right.
So then like now it's like the models they have of dinosaurs are very different than like Jurassic Park, like stuff that like we grew up with. And I was like, kids these days don't even know
don't even know that.
They don't even know. They're getting these puppets. Like these furry, feathery dinosaurs.
Skin puppets. So can they tell based on like the bones now where maybe fat was and muscles were, or is it still like they have no idea?
Hang on. I don't know. It's hard.
I mean, honestly, Heather, if they told you yes, you would believe them, and if they told you no, you would believe them.
True.
Right, because who's gonna fact check dinosaurs now?
Nobody.
They could tell you whatever. It's basically like its own religion. Like they can just say whatever. I was gonna say,
were you allowed to know about dinosaurs when you were homeschooled?
It was very heavily discouraged.
You were homeschooled? I didn't know that about you.
Yep, I was homeschooled all the way through, like the end of high school, like all the way through. But yeah, dinosaurs were very like heavily discouraged.
Yeah.
But I like that movie that came out in like 2001 or 2002 or whatever, like Dinosaur, like the Disney movie.
Yeah.
I was allowed to watch that and like I loved that. So it was.
Why were you allowed to watch that?
I don't know. It was like a mix of. My parents were very weird about their boundaries.
What movie?
It's just called Dinosaur.
Oh.
Yeah. It was so good, dude.
I
still watch that sometimes today.
It, but I think I was when you were talking about like the Littlefoot. I was like, Tristan, were you even allowed to watch that?
I was, yeah.
Okay.
I watched a couple of The Land Before Times, but I didn't get through all like 16 or 17 of them because that's just too many.
There's like I only thought there was one, but never mind. I guess I don't know.
Oh no, there are a lot of them.
Really? I only saw the one then.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's like the most famous one, right?
Yeah. I just don't understand. I don't remember like what the other ones were about because I thought that they all died in the end of the first one. So like I don't know what you make a movie about after the extinction happens.
Oh my god, could you imagine they just like do like a 3-hour movie of like a fish flopping out the water?
That's what I want to see. I want to see land
and be like, and
slightly just, after time.
Yeah, and then they're just like it's just like flopping.
Do you realize like I would watch a 90-minute movie about a fish flopping out of the water?
Well, I guess theoretically they did make Ice Age.
Yeah. That would be what that is.
Sid the Sloth.
That's probably where it was probably a situation very similar to this, and they were like, "Oh my god, what if we made a movie?"
Wait. Okay, who would be Sid? Who would be the woolly mouth guy, and who would be the saber-toothed tiger?
Out of this group?
Yes.
I'm definitely the tiger.
Yes, I think I'm Manny because I'm like the.
I agree.
The like boring.
Responsible.
He also ends up with a kid at some point in those movies.
Yeah.
So I'm Sid the Sloth.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be the tiger if you want.
No, I think I was gonna say like it was like if it was gonna be like if Michaela was still here, I'd be like she's Sid the Sloth.
Michaela Sid the Sloth. Yeah.
Love you, Michaela. I was like, no, I'm the saber-toothed tiger, but no, you're right. I'm probably the sloth.
I mean, like I don't want to be. I would prefer to be the sloth.
But you know, deep in your heart, you're the.
Yeah, because people are afraid of me for no reason.
I think I would not be afraid of you, but I didn't know how many tattoos you had because I think the first time I saw you, you had cardigans. You were wearing a cardigan.
Yeah.
It was like in the springtime, yeah. So you had like long.
I'm sorry,
sleeves.
you didn't have cardigans like you were wearing cardigans. I'm like so high right
now.
You
had the rare disease known as cardigans.
I am not high.
It was when you still had cardigans.
Allegedly.
Now it's in remission.
It's coming back in the fall.
Just like
cardigans are a disease.
Like, that's interesting. Do you think people like if you like you dress like you cover your tattoos? Do you think people find you more approachable?
I think that the tattoos make the wrong type of people feel like I'm more approachable. People touch me a lot.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not good.
Do they like grab your arm and like yeah? I've had people grab my
and they want to like. They want to like feel that. I don't know what they think is going to happen.
It's literally skin.
Can I touch it?
Yeah, and it's like no. If it is, it's too soon. Like get away from me.
Complete strangers like grab because I have one here on my forearm, and I've had people like grab my wrist. They grab your wrist and they look at it. Yeah. And these are people I've never met in my life, and you're like, what the fuck? Does that happen to you?
Not as often. I think I've maybe had one person like grab. Okay,
but who? I feel like maybe they feel more entitled to touch us because we're women.
I think that's so probably too. What it is, yeah.
People touch my hair a lot as well.
What?
See, that would send me.
It also happens, like, it doesn't happen when I'm talking to them. I know that this sounds made up and crazy. It happens when I'm, like, in line at a gas station and people are behind me.
And they think that, like, that's going to make the line move quicker or something.
And then I feel it, and they're like, oh, I thought it was going to feel different. And I'm like...
It's hair. What did you think it was going to feel like?
So you're simultaneously telling me that my hair looks shitty, and you're fucking invading my personal space.
I was waiting for you to notice those.
I felt it. I was just gonna let it. I was just,
just let it happen. Yeah.
If I thought
some skank hole in a fucking certified line touch my hair, you can absolutely touch my hair.
I can let another skank touch my hair.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm sorry, I was just like, that was the best bit I've ever done.
She's really proud of that one.
I'm really happy to be here for that.
I was just like, it's like the camera slowly pans over to me, just like trying to touch your hair.
I'm waiting on Tristan to save me.
I know, yeah, he wouldn't.
He didn't.
I lean into the bit.
Yeah. I was gonna say your hair does feel soft.
Yeah.
A little soft. I was gonna say your hair looks very soft.
Well, it's very, I need to get it cut.
What, they think it would be like, did they think it would feel worse?
I think that they think that it would feel like dry, like straw or whatever, but like...
They're like, I expected it to be
soft.
a little crusty.
Yeah, they're like, I thought that your hair looks really shitty and I wanted to see what it felt like.
It feels soft and I liked it.
Yeah. You're welcome.
I'm Heather Scott. Welcome back to Comedic Behavior Therapy.
Yes, I'm Tristan Shae, and we have a special guest with us here today, Jessi Sisson.
Hi. Hello.
Ooh.
Is it weird to clap for yourself?
No.
Okay.
You should
They're
do it.
self-affirming.
Yeah. That's what we're all about here.
Exactly.
Cheer for yourself.
Cheer for yourself.
Because nobody else will.
Exactly.
Oh, no, plenty of other people
I'm just
will.
kidding.
Yeah.
It was,
It was a good lead-in, though, to why we have you here. Because I met you at the Funniest Person in Columbus contest earlier this year.
We did.
And the reason that I wanted to connect for like the podcast and the show we have coming up and everything is because you were one of the only people who made me feel like jealous in Columbus comedy.
Yeah.
Because everybody who I invited to that show was like, yeah, I didn't really like a whole lot of the like other comedians, but like that girl with the blue hair, they were like, she was so funny.
Me and my boyfriend talked about you after. We were like, who is that girl? Like, she said she was from West Virginia and she curtsied and it was hilarious. And like, I didn't even remember what you talked about, but it was hysterical.
Thank you.
So yeah, you should clap for yourself, but other people will clap for you too.
Thank you. I love it. The Funniest Person was very fun. It was really nice I loved that I got to meet so many humans, like who were involved in the community. And I had actually just moved to Columbus last October, so I'm coming up on my year anniversary.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so you're actually fairly new. Okay,
I'm fairly new.
I didn't realize that.
And I didn't start doing stand-up comedy until I moved here.
Oh, wow.
So...
Damn.
So you're just like us.
I'm a little baby.
You're just like us.
She's one of us.
She's one of us.
So yeah, like November, and the funny I moved to Columbus in October. In November I bought a ticket for a speed dating event. It was at the Crescent Lounge.
Okay.
Okay, so I get my shit together. I like do whatever you do to get ready for a speed dating event, which is wild. I don't know if you guys have ever done that. I know that you're both in relationships, but
not.
It's a fucking wild time.
Honestly, like if I was like single and I needed material, I would do that.
I had always been like, I think I'm funny. I should do stand-up comedy, whatever. So I go to this speed dating event at the Crescent Lounge, and it was canceled, and it was an open mic.
Oh, okay.
And I literally just said, well, fuck it, whatever.
I'm here.
I'm here. I might as I put my makeup on. I better go.
That's hysterical.
And I met Tony Wallace, actually.
Was he the one?
It was at that one, and he was like, let me add you to this Facebook group. And then I went to an open mic at Beyond the Bricks, which is not there anymore. Right. I was the only white person in the room, and I just really just fucking nosedived into all of it. I made so many friends there as well. God. They were like, "You're funny," and I was like, "Thank you." And then,
thank you.
And then I saw that the Funniest Person thing was happening, and they actually messaged me the day before the show because I was on the wait list.
Oh.
And they were like, do you still want to do it? And I was like, yeah, I would love to do it.
That's okay.
I lost my spot to you.
No, you didn't actually.
No, I think I like listed like the day, they messaged me the day of, and they're like, we had a wild card spot.
Oh yeah.
And then I drew, they made us draw like a number like 1 through 13.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you actually lost it to Allison K.
Which I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did.
I love her too.
She's really
funny. So funny.
I gotta say, I love that, because I had like a very similar like timeline of things where I started doing stand-up in January, and then it was like around like April, right? I think that was when that contest was.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were like, when they found out I had only been doing comedy for 4 months, they were like, you did this contest like 4 months in? And I was like, hell yeah, I did.
Why not?
Like, why not? Like, what's the big deal?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. Well, and that's what I said. And I ran into someone not too long ago who was on one of the rounds with me. And he was like, people made fun of me because you beat me out in our round. And I've been doing it for like 20 years. And I was like, but I'm like really funny.
Yeah, I love you.
That's called talent over experience.
I thought he was going to say like they made fun of me because I lost to a woman, but no,
it's literally just they're like, she's a rookie.
And I was like, even more humiliating that he lost to a woman that's funnier than him if he was sexist.
Well, and that's the thing is that comedy is obviously it's an art, and
100%.
You practice it and you get better at it and things like that. But just like any other form of art, if you have talent to begin with, it makes it easier.
For sure.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people act like you have to have been doing it for a certain amount of time. And it's like, no, sorry. I've been practicing for this my entire life.
This is what trauma looks like. Zach's 5'8" and just tall.
I hate bitches like you two because like I'm funny, but I'm not like I'm not even like you're more naturally funny than me. But I have to like work. I have to like hone it to be funnier, to be on your just natural level you have instantaneously.
That's very kind of you to say.
It's kind, but I disagree. I think that I
think you're funny.
Your sense of humor and like your way of being funny, what you have to work at is translating it to a stage. Like talking to you, you don't have to work at being funny. Like you are naturally funny just talking to you. It's like the art of putting it on a stage.
Right. I have to actually
which I'm not very good at either most of the time. Like I definitely have moments where I'm like, I get very in my head too.
Yeah,
I get weird about telling the same joke. I don't know why.
Same.
I'm like, I've already heard this, but like, of course I have because it's fucking coming out of my mouth.
50 people haven't. Like, but I'm just like, no, that's old.
I'm like,
you guys won't think this is funny.
That's what I did. That's what's happened to me is that I like kind of like you like shelf those jokes.
Yeah,
but they were so good, and then eventually you like were like you go back in your notes or whatever you're doing, you're like, oh wait, this joke actually like really killed, and then you tell it again and people are like, oh my god, you're like, I still got it.
But I think that mindset is part of what helps that.
Oh yeah,
it comes from the talent, and then that's where like the work part comes in.
Yeah,
is that I do get very sick of my own jokes, but that means that I'm always trying to come up with something new.
Oh yeah, well I also like change them a lot.
Yeah,
like I will, and I never thought that I would do that because in school I was always like, you know, like when you do a report and you like do your rough draft. And
I don't
then, like,
do rough drafts.
Fuck no. I write it like 37 minutes before it's due, and what you get is what you get, and we're gonna hope for the best.
Basically.
So like it's hard for me to even like think of a concept of like, okay, I'm gonna think of a premise for a joke, and then I'm gonna think of like an outline for a joke, and then I'm gonna do this. I'm more so just like run off at the mouth at my open mic, and if something I say is funny, I hope somebody fucking remembered it.
Yeah.
That's
just terrible. It's not a good process, but
yeah. I mean, have you ever like kind of like had a premise of a joke, but then like you're like on an open mic, you're on a stage and you edit it like mid joke, and then it's funnier.
It's so much
then every
funnier.
single time you retell it, like sometimes you will just put a different spin on it, and so it's constantly like re-editing itself. And so I don't think people talk about how often they actually have to like rewrite a joke. I've like rewritten the same joke, like my Lord Fat Cock joke. I'll tell you that later. I've rewritten that joke like at least 20 to 30 times now.
Yeah.
Or like the premise, and then like I edited it so much, Tristan's like, you gotta go back to like the 28th version.
Yeah, I was like, I like version 3.0 better. Like,
seriously. Like,
it's nice to have that though.
Yeah.
Like just to have somebody that you can say things out loud to.
Yeah.
And be like,
well, and I'm very analytical and I do this with my own jokes too, but now I've kind of realized that I enjoy doing that for other people too. Like obviously only if they ask for it, but like people who are like, how do I make this joke better? I'm like, well, this part, like there's such a gap here that like if you shorten this up, then you'd get to this punchline quicker. Or like this part, if you switch this thing and this thing, or a lot of times it's like throwing in like a random reference and they're like, I didn't even think of that. Like,
Tristan's really good at that.
Or I've had people be like, hey, you could put this, here's a tag that you could use in XYZ, or, you know, and And then I'm always like super appreciative. Like, I don't have to, I don't understand when people get butthurt about feedback. Like, you don't have to fucking use it.
Take it or don't.
Take it or don't. Fucking wipe your ass with it. I do not give a shit.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to be kind and helpful. Because, like, I would love it if somebody was like, that was really funny. However, the other night I did it. I love Neff Johnson. I don't know if you guys know him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, we love Neff. We're going to be in his show.
Sweet angel. Yes, perfect. I love that. He, oh, don't tell him I called him a sweet angel. He'll be so mad.
He would be.
But the other night,
baby angel boy.
I went into his residency and I was talking to him after and I was like, I really like your white people jokes. And he was like, of course you do. And I was like, no, but there was one that I didn't get. I was like, I just genuinely, and then he like explained it to me and I was like, I mean, I get it, but like, if I didn't get it, like, fucking Caroline in row 2 had no fucking idea what you were talking about.
Yeah.
That's funny.
He's really great about that. He's like, no, yeah, like, and I love that about him specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're doing the versus battle with us, right?
I am doing the versus battle.
Woo!
What's your premise?
Dating in different time periods.
See, I thought that was ours for a second, but then I like looked down and ours is if Ohio was a state of mind.
I'm excited for that one. I've already been thinking.
I already wrote a joke, but it was also a diss for Tristan, so I don't know if I should say it.
A lot of her, like, we've been waiting because we've wanted to do Ian Miller's like roast battle that he does at the Attic. Mm-hmm. We just haven't gotten into it yet because we're like, give me a chance to roast Heather for 5 minutes. Like,
please. I literally have like written so many jokes in my head.
I'm gonna get eaten alive. I know, but like it's for the entertainment value.
I'm like the most.
I'll be the fall guy for that.
I would probably be like, not to toot my own horn, but I'm so good at roasting people. Like so good, like naturally. Like if I had to say like a natural talent, like. Not even comedy, like just naturally roasting people. It's me.
Oh my god,
like,
it makes my butthole tight to think about that.
Well, no, I wouldn't roast. I don't.
That's what she likes. That really feeling.
No, not me. Like not you roast. Like you can roast me. I don't have any feelings.
Roasting other
beautiful
people.
eyes. Your eyelashes are so long.
They're fake.
Bitch, I know.
I glue them on. Somebody was like, "Are those yours?" I was like, "I'm blonde." No, are you fucking kidding me?
But just say like yes. Just go with it. You like yes.
They're as real as the rest.
Yes,
of me.
and they match my pubes. Sorry.
But I like. I told you this earlier. I just feel so fucking bad about like the thought of hurting someone's feelings.
Oh, yeah. I do too, but I like in the moment.
No, you don't, Heather.
Well, no, in the moment. In the moment, I'm like, I'm a genius and I say shit, but then I see people go, I'm like, oh, okay, no, I'm sorry, I didn't mean it.
Oh, that's fair.
Because like when I see the reaction they have, then I feel bad.
Yeah, that's fair.
In the moment, I think it's hilarious.
I bartend. And I'm really mean to bar patrons.
Yeah.
Like, that's the meanest that I'll be to someone. But, like, they seem to like it.
Yeah.
They're like...
You're like the sassy...
Take all my money.
Like the sassy. You're like the, like, sassy bartender that's always in the movies.
Yeah.
And she's always, like, giving life advice. And then, like, the whole entire time, they should just come to talk to the bartender. She goes... And they'd be like, but what do I do about my ex-uncle? That's an alcoholic. You'd be like, just disinherit him. And they'd be like... And then you just like walk away. Like you always have the answer.
Yeah. There was the bar is very small and we are I'm 50% of the staff. So when I'm there alone. It's whatever. But this girl came in 24-ish probably, like not drinking very long. And she like perky as shit, sorority girl, sits down and she's like, hi. There's a bartender here, and sometimes I come in and I tell him what kind of mood I'm in, and then he makes me a drink. And I was like, all right. And she was like, can you do that? And I went, no.
Oh, I thought you were going to be like, yeah.
No.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And then she was like, oh, will you pick something then? And I was like, if I get to pick, you're getting a PBR. And she was like, oh, well, I kind of wanted something fruity. And I was like, if you Google it, I can read. And I'll make it for you.
Right.
But like,
I love this.
Other than that, like, no, ma'am. Sorry.
Honestly, you could just have like a go-to drink for those people, and just like it doesn't matter what their mood is. Just like, oh yeah, usually sad people really like whiskey sours. Someone comes in, they're like, I'm just so pissed at my boss. Drink. Like, oh, whiskey sour. Like,
oh, somebody did last night. So I work at I now work at 2 bars. I'm just like.
collecting them.
Really leveling up. But I make like a chocolate covered pretzel shot.
Oh, hell yeah.
So I was at the other bar last night, and somebody was like, it's a fucking taco place. The guy sits down and he's like, I would like a drink. He's like, a shot that isn't tequila based. And I was like,
oh, come on, you pussy.
I was like, I mean, seriously though. I was like, oh, I can make you a chocolate covered pretzel shot. And he was like, yeah, that sounds cool. Didn't have anything to make it. Like nothing. I had none of the stock to
Because
like.
your brain was in the other.
My brain was in the other bar. And then I was like, all right, well, how about a shot of peanut butter whiskey then? And we moved on with our lives.
What's a chocolate covered pretzel shot?
It's just like whipped cream vodka and frangelica with a salt rim.
Damn, that sounds good though.
It is very good. It's equal parts. You guys can make it at home.
At home. That's
Shake
funny.
it.
Shake it.
That was phallic, sorry.
Shake it.
I mean, it's very phallic on this podcast. My nickname is Tripod.
Yeah. Tripod, Big Heath.
Big Heath, Tripod.
Good for you.
Leg. Yeah, thank you. See, I love this. I love the like women informing women. Like Michaela is just always kind of like Michaela. Like I always we do improv, and there's a theory called it's not theory. It's like a thing you say yes and. Michaela and me always go like I'm like blah blah blah, and she's like
no.
like you. See, she's teaching me how to do a better yes and.
Yeah.
Because Michaela literally like you say I negate, and Michaela's like no. Like she's like,
yeah, it makes it tricky in the middle of a bit. If it's written sketches, we're great. If it's improv, it's
no, I've
tough.
done better.
I've never done improv.
You should try it. You probably really good at it.
Well, I took an improv class when I lived in Philly once.
Okay.
And I hated everyone in it. So then I just never went back.
Yeah.
Improv people are pretty hateable.
Stand-ups and improvs don't get along.
Which is
in
crazy
Columbus.
to me.
Yeah.
It's the funniest. Like, I know that I talked about that. I love internet. I love watching internet beef.
The drama on the internet.
It makes me feel like such a shithead, but like, I'm like, guys, you're adult humans. And this is Facebook.
Maybe it's like your version of like watching trash TV.
1000%.
That's what it is. It's honestly, it's
but
like
it's
our own personal version of Jersey
I know them. I'm like, you're not even a little bit embarrassed. That's wild.
That's
to me.
the crazy thing is if I got on there and I was having beef with somebody on Facebook, I don't know how I would go to a mic and be like, oh, hey, what's up?
No, that's why I told my friend, I was like, no, dude, I'm so much drama in real life.
Yeah.
I don't need to be fucking fighting with people.
I like how you like went from like I'm such an aggressive, positive person to like no, you're calling people like a shithead when you're a bartender. So I'm like so confused. I'm like, what is your true personality?
I don't know.
Oh wait, no, because you're a Libra, right? So it's the balance.
I am, yeah.
You equal out to a lovely person.
I have a
but
friend.
You have two extremes.
I have a friend who like I've known her for like a decade. We were roommates at one point, and she lives in Columbus now as well. And we had like this weird conversation 6 months ago where I was like, she's like, I don't think you like me very much. And I was like, I didn't think that you liked me very much. She was like, you're mean to me. And I'm like, I'm not intentionally mean to you. She's like, wait, you don't think that you sound mean? And I was like, no, like I'm not intending to be mean. She's like, this is the craziest shit that you have ever said to me. And since then, she's been like, it makes so much sense now that you're not like intentionally trying to bully people. It's just like your face.
The intent is like a huge part of it. A lot of people can't like pick up on like what's actually being intended.
Right.
Like I have that problem too. And I'm like, I just say shit.
Picking up or like being on this end of it.
Like I would say both, but like I literally said something earlier where wait, you remember when? No, because we were talking about like I was like, if I was Tristan, I would kill myself.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
And but what I meant was like, because I said, I think we were talking about like the pressures of like, I was like, yeah, if I was Tristan, I would just kill myself. And then Michaela was like, oh my god, I was like, no, because of like all the Tristan is like,
it was like a compliment.
Yeah, no,
yeah. It was like, man, you're under a lot of pressure. I think that would kill me.
Yeah.
But instead, you said, if I were you, I would kill myself.
Yeah, I meant like, cause Tristan's like a full-time college student.
Yeah,
they have a full-time job counseling kids.
Yep.
You have a wife and child.
Yep.
And we have a podcast and we do comedy, and that's just like, so I just would feel like it would eat me alive, and then I would just like end it because I couldn't handle all that.
I have like a really hard time balancing how many times I can get drunk a week with the open mics that I'm not going to go to.
That's funny.
That's what keeps you busy.
Literally just being like, I should do something, but I'm probably not gonna.
I know, because like we started, me and Tristan actually started, like we met at improv. Mm-hmm. Well, here's a little backstory. We met at improv at like January, and then we started going to open mics together, and we both kind of started doing stand-up. I had done like 2 open mics like years and years before, but not like consistently. And so by the time in April, we had kind of like met everybody or whatever. So then when you came to like the funniest person contest, I was like, who is this person?
Yeah, you came out of nowhere. And we were just like, I was like, I thought you were from out of town or something.
Yeah, we thought you were like, and you said we were from West Virginia, so we're like, who is this? And because for me, as one, I catalog every single woman, like female, I possibly can.
That's creepy.
I'm just like, yeah, I know.
Okay.
And,
it is creepy.
I know every
catalog is such a weird. I'm gonna have a notebook.
I'm gonna call bullshit on that though, because when we were planning for Cheaper Than Therapy, like that's coming up, I literally sent you the list of like these are the people I want, and you said, who are all these women?
No,
they haven't made it to her catalog yet. Tristan.
They didn't enter my catalog yet. They didn't enter my mind sphere because I met her once, and I think I met. I don't know if I even met Bridget.
You probably didn't.
I don't think. Yeah, so I don't know who they are, so I haven't cataloged them.
Oh, I don't think you went to the second round.
No.
Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, that's because fuck you. I didn't go.
That's why I didn't go to your funny bone show.
You guys want me to leave?
Yeah, you didn't go to mine. And it wasn't even a contest.
No.
Anyway. Yeah, no, yeah, I'm cataloging you.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I don't mind being cataloged, you know?
If it's a certain kind of catalog, yeah.
Honestly.
Well, I just like to know.
I take any kind of attention.
Like, when it's a woman, because like if you're a female comedian and you're funny, I really want to know you, and I want to like be like, how do you write jokes and how do you balance being like a woman in like a sausage fest and I like blah blah blah. And I'm just like curious.
Just like really slutty.
I know. That sounds great. I wish I could do that.
I haven't fucked any comedians, for the record.
Please, for the love of God, don't.
Don't do that.
You tell me everything. And then I'll tell every single person.
I'm not encouraging this, but we do want the tea if it happens.
And then we can talk about it on the podcast.
There's literally nothing I love more than other people's business, so I get that.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool. Bartender, I mean, if you want...
I told somebody yesterday, I was like, I got this job so I could eavesdrop on people.
So being a bartender and then being like a counseling student, it's essentially the same mindset.
Wow.
Yeah, no, I have.
It's just like, it's like the not people watching, it's advanced people watching.
No, for sure.
You literally know, like, you have a client that comes in and then they sit down and they go like, and you're like, is it fucking Jimmy from swim class? And he goes, yeah. You're like, tell me everything about that little bitch.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's like I have a strict set of rules that I have to abide by, and you do like a very similar thing and have no rules.
Right,
that you need
100%.
to abide by.
Like, if you act like a dick, I get to tell you to leave. But it's like both definitely like create an environment where people feel artificially close to you.
Yes. That's a good way of describing it.
People are like, Jessi loves me. I'm her best friend.
Yep.
But it's like 37 people just felt that way.
Yeah.
And they left.
well, it's also, I would say it's because of the kind of anonymity, because they don't really know you like you're it's like a superficial relationship, like when you tell a stranger a deep secret and then you know you're never going to see them again, you're like, it doesn't matter, I'm never going to see you again, versus like, you know, it's in a kind of like a sense, like a very like you're it's a customer service facing role, so like you present a very like open person, but because everyone in real life is like, fuck off, what are you fucking talking about? So,
well, I also use it as like, all it takes is for someone to be like, you're funny. And then I go, oh, I'm a comedian. You should come every Thursday.
Oh, it's marketing.
100%.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that.
I self-promote to every fucking person who will let me.
I would totally do that. I did that like at a networking event, and they were like loving it. And I got like 2 followers out of it. They're like, you have a podcast? I was like, yeah, I do. Like, they were like, wow, that's so like impressive. And I was like, is it?
I had never thought about that, but I was like, the market for podcasts is like business people. It's like white dudes in office jobs.
Yeah, driving to work.
I was like, oh, that's where we should have been marketing this podcast. Well,
we need to market to white corporate women.
Yeah,
because it's a feminist podcast.
Queer, women.
White corporate queer women. It's very specific.
It's very niche.
Maybe like a few gay dudes. And if you're not corporate, that's cool.
Even better, but you have to listen to podcasts.
Yeah, but you have to like.
You have to be gay.
Who's gonna pay?
Gay is a requirement.
Corporate.
We have to. We need money. So who's gonna pay it? It's gonna be the people that live in corporate America. I'd rather take their money than people that are like working like, you know, hand to mouth.
Yeah, they don't have
working
money
hand to mouth.
But we don't.
Whatever it is.
Honestly, like what we need is people to listen, and then the ads generate Like, we're not even taking people's money.
I know we're not. Yeah, we just need. So if you want to sponsor us, follow us at comedicbehaviortherapy.com.
Yeah.
And email us at
it's not a
comedic
website.
Behavior.
It's not a website.
Email us at comedicbehaviortherapy@gmail.com.
Yeah, we need like, what is it? What am I trying to say? Some of those like white corporate people. Like, if you have a white corporate business, sponsor the podcast.
This is my white corporate business.
I'm ex-white corporate. I'll send it to my friends.
I heard you saying that. Like, what was your previous role?
I was the director of sales operations.
Oh, that sounds right up my alley.
So it's like, let's say that you and we were going to make those glasses.
Yeah.
And Heather and Jessi's stemless wine glasses incorporated.
I like that.
I'm already sold.
we're expanding, and we're like, you know who would love this? Bitches who shop at Target. So then we decide we want to sell our stemless wine glasses to Target. I do all of the back end things to make that happen. Yeah.
So what made you quit that role or move on?
I got fired.
Oh.
There it is.
No, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I got laid off, technically. They paid me. I got severance. So, like...
Sweet. So
That's
you're kind of just
baller.
bartending and having a good time?
I'm having an adult summer vacation. Is
That
what's
actually
happening.
that sounds amazing. You said you started comedy in October. And
November.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
November.
God, Heather.
God,
I
yeah.
listen
right.
when you speak.
Heather doesn't
No, I
listen.
don't. I'm literally like so bad at listening.
I'm just
It's because
kidding.
I'm autistic.
It's
but
fine. Aren't we all? It is a spectrum.
I guess it is a spectrum of just I don't give a fuck. So you started comedy, and how did you start writing jokes? Like what? Like, did you just kind of get up on stage and you just said some funny shit that was on your mind? And like, what's your process for writing jokes now?
I feel like my process for writing jokes now is, I think that's funny. I'm going to write it in my notes, and then I'm going to see what it sounds like coming out of my mouth and change it. It's not official. I don't know how real
That's basically
people
how
do
I write
it.
them, too.
Okay.
It's not. It's definitely not the real way.
I still tell people that I'm not a real comedian.
Oh, well, that's
bullshit. You're a real
You are a real
You're on this
comedian.
podcast.
Yeah, I mean, this is what makes me real.
yeah. This podcast.
This is it. You guys are you're validating me in a way
we
that
have 13 subscribers on YouTube. Okay.
Bro, do you know how excited I am that we get like one new subscriber a day?
you should be.
You were like, you literally get amped. You were like, we're stars, and I was like, Heather.
We have 13 people that want to listen to us like
Consistently,
weekly.
yeah.
That's more people than I have that want to listen to me consistently.
Yeah. All of our 13 subscribers. We love you.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm not subscribed yet, but I will. So you're
Yes.
going to get another one today.
14,
How can
maybe.
you not be on?
I know. I'm sorry.
You're horrible.
I've been drunk for 2 months, Heather. I just need a little bit of grace.
see it.
All
You're
right.
like, I
It's a
couldn't
little-
find the button. Okay.
I was here on time.
No, yeah,
You
you're
were.
right. Right.
So
we were running behind.
So we have to pick our battles, I
That's
think.
true. That's true. But that's great. I think that's kind of what I do. But I try to force myself to write out jokes. Like I physically write out jokes in a journal.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then when I write it, some funnier bits come out. But then the funnier bits are never the ones that I remember.
Same. I did a whole one week at an open mic. I was like, I'm going to write an entire brand new 5 minutes today to do tonight at the open mic.
Yeah.
See how it feels. It was very good. It was very funny. I didn't write any of it down. I threw my fucking paper away. And I know. And I was like, do you remember any of the things that I talked about? And my friend was like, the Pornhub joke was funny. And I was like, okay.
I have one.
Do you record yourself?
do you film it?
I don't. I'm really bad at this, guys.
Here,
Like,
this is what you need to do. You need to go to the voice memo on your phone and just record it on voice memo. Or you just
That's
need to
what-
hit the phone.
yeah.
Instead of you can literally just put it read off your phone, but do a front facing video and but just so you have the recording.
yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Or voice memos so you can still read your notes.
No, because I did that where I recently did it was a 5 to 7. I don't know how long the set was, but I knew afterwards that I was like, that was not my best. I could have done a lot better. And I watched back through the video and I found the exact point where it all went wrong. And I was like, okay, just never do that again.
It's like watching everyone's like, go back and watch the play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like that, but for comedy.
Yeah. Well, I do have a set, at least one of them from the 3 Funny Bone sets that I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched that one, and I was like, I didn't hate it. I didn't hate myself. I was like, oh, that's cool. That's never fucking happened to me before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you hear your voice and you're like, oh my God, do I fucking sound like that?
Yeah.
Why do you talk to me? Like, I wouldn't. Right. That's disgusting. But like, I watched it and I was like, oh, that's very good.
That's one thing I love about doing comedy is that it forces you to have more like confidence. Like, at least that's what it's done for me, is that it's forced me to, because I used to be the same way. I used to be like, I hate how my voice sounds. I hate how I move. I hate whatever. But then you kind of like, you coach yourself through those things. Like, every time that I watch a video, I'm like, okay, well, if I wasn't pacing around, this would be great. And so I stopped pacing around. Like, it's like things like that. So it like helps you with some of those little insecurities, but then you're also like, watching a video of you tell something that came out of your brain and everyone loses their shit laughing, that's like such a confidence boost because I almost block it out when I'm on stage. Like the reactions, it's like
same,
because it's like I get overwhelmed. Like that happened in the second round of the Funny Bone contest where I had a callback that was like literally perfection, like so chef's kiss, funniest thing I've probably ever said on stage. And like 200 people started laughing and I had never experienced that before.
It's overwhelming.
And I was like, I don't think I can maintain this energy. Like I was like, I don't think I can keep that going, and then it made me doubt the rest of the set. So I've kind of started I do my thing, and if people are laughing, great, but I don't like read into it too much. But then I watch the video and that's when it's like, okay, I am funny. I'm
unhinged, and if people are like laughing really hard, I like try and tell them to stop and interrupt them. I'm like,
shut the fuck up.
I'm like, I'm sorry. I have to get this out.
I need to say it. Okay, I have another joke.
And then
so funny.
Somebody gave me advice after one of the Funny Bone things, and they're like, you just got to go up and you have to be prepared with XYZ. I don't even remember what the advice was because immediately I looked at him and I was like, it is adorable to me that you think that I don't just black out when I walk up there and I have any control over what is happening.
God.
Exactly. Feedback, you can take it or you can leave it.
That's the thing. Like, I've never blacked out before on stage until like recently.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, and it was like, I was on like, I think I was in the Top Dog Comedy Contest, and like some dude, I was telling a joke about like how I they always say imagine the crowd naked to make yourself less nervous, and I was like, oh well, I'm gonna just practice my jokes in the mirror naked. I talked about looking at my boobs, and then like this one dude just like flipped his shirt up at me showing his nipples, and he like did it twice, and I was just like so thrown off. I blacked out, and I don't even like remember how I finished. Thank God, like they're like, you took the video and you're just like, and they were like, you did okay, but like your timing was off and this. I'm like, that dude flashed me.
Yeah.
We front row, and he's just like, oh.
See, the thing is,
what? I was like so thrown off.
I was so disappointed because I know how good your crowd work is, and when I saw him do that, I was like, you're gonna destroy him for the next 4 minutes, like, and then you didn't.
And I even said on stage like, oh, is this gonna turn to a crowd working thing? And then I said, never mind. I kept going to my joke, and Tristan was like, God damn it.
And in my head, I was like, tear him apart.
I don't know. I think murder. I think I'm just like worried that that's not going to work out. Is if I think I'm actually been kind of like, you told me before, like, oh, Heather, you kind of tore into this guy a little too much, but because it's an open mic, don't do that. But you're like, later, you're like, you should have just done it to that guy at the competition. It would have been fit.
Because in a show, it's funny.
Yeah, it has a place.
Some rando at Fives on Tuesday, like that was when.
Yeah, he probably didn't expect it. Yeah, the poor guy.
Those are when I'm like, Heather, he's just a college kid.
Yeah, I really need to find the time and place for
Fucking
that.
hell. I like just the mental image of you like literally being at the attic and this man heckling you with his nipples and you being like, and then at fucking Fives, like, you're like, fuck you, you're bald.
No, literally, it was like a college kid that said something about like, oh, like, we're just here to watch. And she's like, yeah, I bet you like to watch. It's just like a 22-year-old kid. Like,
it's funny.
No. Well, they were like sitting in the back. That wasn't even like the worst I ever did. It was another comedian. He talked about, he was like I guess he was a gym bro. And he talked about how he was like really like insecure about his quads or something.
Aren't we all?
His quad, and I was like,
I don't even know.
Relatable content.
I was like, yeah, like the guy. I'm like, like kind of like with your fucked up quads. I'm like, are you okay? I went. I don't know, but everyone kept making fun of his him because him and his girlfriend were sitting like front row.
Yeah, I mean, if you're sitting in the front row too, that's the other thing.
wasn't like, it wasn't unique, but that was like the funniest. I think I even have it recorded. That was pretty funny. Like my funniest crowd work I did, I think.
At Fives.
Because
on a random Tuesday.
You know what? It's because I'm comfortable there.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
I like everyone there. I know what's going to happen versus like we're going to the attic. It's like kind of like very crowded. It's very like tight. It's hot. and I'm like, it's a competition.
It feels more real. Like,
yeah, and then I like, you like hype yourself, and like I get nervous versus like 5s. I'm like, I just got off work. Fuck this. Maybe I'll have like a Pink Whitney, and I'm just gonna chill and like.
Is that a drink?
I guess so. Yeah.
What's in it?
I don't know.
I think it's its own
I have one
drink.
in my purse, so I'll let you know after.
It's like a bottle. Like it's not a mixed drink.
Oh.
I think it's like a vodka based drink.
Oh.
Like Svedka.
Yeah, it's like all the bars are like.
Is it carbonated?
Like, no, I'll show you like a little bottle.
I don't know why I can't stop talking about it. I'm sorry. I got really distracted.
I wish
you're like
honestly,
bartender?
with all the pink, I wish we were sponsored by Pink Whitney.
Pink Whitney.
Sponsor us, please.
Yeah, it was like they have flags all over, like 5s, 3s, 4s, all the numbers. I'll show you it.
I understand that.
I don't know. I think it's a newer drink.
No, not the Pink Whitney. The 4, 5, 6s, whatever they are.
It was originally, there was one called Twos.
There was a place called Twos, and it was like they were trying to like. They're like, save Twos. I never went there. I almost went there because it was like a really big spot, but then they like, I guess, went bankrupt and they had to close it.
R.I.P.
There's 3s, and now there's 4s, and now there's 5s.
But they're not in order down the street. That's what bothers me.
No, 3s is not by 3s, but 5s is on by 5s, but 4s is on 4th Street.
Oh, so that's why.
That's why. And 2s was on like, I thought 2s was kind of near 2nd Street or something.
I hate everything about all of that.
I think it's an Ohio thing.
3 is closer to 5, but 3 is closer to 5. But 4 is completely like
this isn't helping.
Away.
Like it's
you're like, I still hate it.
I still hate it. Like what? Call it fucking Sven's or something.
Sven's.
Yeah.
If you had a bar, would you call it Sven's?
No.
What would you call a bar? That's actually a good question.
What would I call a bar?
I feel like you'd be a good bar, like a bar owner.
I really want to put titties in a bathroom.
Like real titties?
No,
or
just like
titty wallpaper?
Yeah, like
mounted like a moose head.
Like, oh no, but kind of now that you said that.
No, like fake titties.
I thought you meant like mounted fake titties too.
No, I meant like a wallpaper collage of like.
No, I meant like I thought you meant like
80s
mounted
centerfolds.
titties. Or like, what if it's just like 2 holes? And the girl could stick her titties through so other people could
There's
feel that.
no
like a
way
titty
that
glory
somebody,
hole?
I was going to say, there's no way that somebody isn't fucking that.
Yeah. Like,
it's going to get so gross.
Yeah.
Like, it would be gross.
They're literally like boob jobs.
Bathroom, so how would they rub on it? It would have to be low.
The bathrooms in my bar, Heather, would be gender neutral.
Yeah.
So people would be fucking through the booby hole.
So you'd have a titty hole and then you'd have a dong hole. So then they could be like both at the same time.
The bathrooms are made for sex.
I love that it was like, what would you call your bar? And immediately it's like a seedy fucking porn store. Yeah. Like, fuck a bar. I want a sex shop. I
want a sex shop.
I have no desire to do that.
I would not either.
Right.
Dude, cleaning that up.
You're
disgusting.
Right. People would literally just use the display. Like I saw one thing, like there was like some sort of like studded. It was either like a studded dildo or it was like a studded like a star studded like a saddle, and it like had glass over it and it says please do not mount on it.
Somebody did.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, every sign, every rule has like somebody who broke it.
Like the place where they're just like, please no cats. You're like, what happened here with cats?
Yeah.
Or like, please don't let the cat in the library. You're like, what happened when you let the cat in the library?
Cats.
Like, I just want to know.
I'm not a cat people.
I have 2.
I know, it's okay.
Thank you for forgiving me for having a pet.
Titties in the bathroom.
Yeah, sorry, I got distracted.
But not a glory hole.
No, but it would be like it would have to be like a vagina-looking glory hole.
This is the first time since I decided I wanted titties in the bathroom that I'm second guessing and like I'm
what
like,
you meant.
Yeah, well, not even what I meant. Just like fuck titties altogether. I should go with another theme. Like,
because we started talking about a glory hole.
Yeah.
You're like, actually, maybe it shouldn't be so sexualized. No. But that would be the whole point of it, is that titties don't have to be like a sexualized thing.
Well, that's where I was going with it initially.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I don't know like why, like who doesn't. I've been posting my nipples on the internet in my close friends to weed out the riffraff.
Where?
In my close friends on Instagram.
So you've been posting your titties on Instagram to see who's really your friend or not.
I want to see like who in my close friends is going to report me for nipples, because that is going to tell me what else I can put on my close friend's story.
Oh, so then you eliminate them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant like.
So you're going to end up with like one really good friend that's just like, I don't care what you post, man.
I thought you meant like you have your regular Instagram and then whoever like reports you, you're like, you're not my friend anymore. You like block them.
No. I don't care about that as much.
You're going to lose followers that way.
Yeah, if people want to follow me, that's fine.
I would probably be like one of the...
But your close friends, you have to like pick them.
Yeah, right.
And there are people that follow me. Hopefully you watch this, but there are people that follow me that like they don't need to see my nipples. Like I get that. Right. Like I want to free the nipple to a certain extent.
Yeah. That's kind of how I feel about like shirtless pictures too. Like even of myself. I'm like, I know it would get me more followers, but I just haven't crossed that line.
Well, it's different. Oh my God, are you gonna just post like a picture of you shirtless, but you blur out your own nipples?
I would do a pasties. Like I
want you to do the black sensor bar.
Yeah, no, I want you to just have the black
electrical tape
and just like X out your own titties.
Okay, now for the bit, I gotta do it.
Wait, what's the bit? Oh, for the bit. I thought we were gonna act it out. I'm like, okay, let's act it out. You taking your shirt off. Anyway, yeah.
You guys pulling it up on your phone, like. Why is he almost shirtless?
I would like and share that picture with everyone I know. I was like, you want to see my friend Tristan? And it's just like you with X'd out nipples. I'm like, this is my friend.
I would do electrical tape X's too. That would be...
It would be fun. Yeah, I would just... I don't know.
That might be actually like the promo for this episode of the podcast.
We need to do like an inverse thing because like for some reason like I have an alter ego and I had like the last time I was on the second last time I was on the podcast, I kind of like dressed in like a sporty look, but my sister was and wore these glasses. She goes, "Why do you look like a pimp?" And then I was like that's where the persona Big Keith came from. Like if you just like you're a bitch like with your nipples next out, and I'm dressed like a pimp, that would make me feel so good about myself.
I want to. Okay, so for a future show, that should be like our whole brand.
Like you're just like
pimping me out.
I know, and then like somehow like
put your pasties on.
Yeah, exactly. Bitch, get out there and stand on the corner.
I love the West Virginia came out.
I really did. I like heard it and I was like, I don't know why.
Well, because I don't think
Big Keith is from a holler.
I don't think like an inner city pimp would be like put your pasties on. That definitely does sound more like a hick pimp.
I don't know that, and like not to be stereotypical and judgmental, but I don't think that Big Keith. I don't know that Big Keith would be an inner city pimp.
No.
Big Keith came from a holler.
It would be like a suburban, like kind of
suburban.
like you know.
That's not a thing, but that makes it make sense.
It was like
he has a Bernedoodle.
And like he
walking all these dogs like
I would probably be like a very like I would like appear to be like a pimp, but it would be like willing participants, and they're all like the neighborhood suburban moms. They're like willing participants.
Your business model for like sex work is like hot moms in your area.
Literally, like I just
nobody's ever thought of that before.
Like, all right,
it's a completely original.
I'd be like, all right, Sue, put them on. Let's go get a girl. Like slap her ass, and she'd be like, okay, Big Heath. And be like, but like I wouldn't have like a sexual relationship with them. They would be like,
it's on like a golf course.
They would be like my girls. Yeah, like I'm putting them out in mini skirts on the golf course, and I would just be sitting in the corner like smoking my like cigar. And I'm not pretending to be a man. Like I would be.
Why is it a golf course?
I don't know.
Because suburbia.
Oh, I lost my virginity on a golf course.
I'm so curious now. Interesting. Did you get grass up your butt?
No, because it was on the tee.
Oh, okay.
Oh, like on the golf course. I thought you just meant like at a country club.
No.
Like
so on a golf course.
So it's the 7th tee.
So is that like the fake grass?
Oh man.
Synthetic grass?
Yeah.
Like there's
the sod or whatever?
That right there, like that's like you could literally write a whole set about that.
Yeah.
Like,
don't I know it?
Just like the 7th hole and
7 is my birthday. It's my lucky number. Okay. It was not intentional.
Something about like
you need to
teeing
write
off.
How like no, it wasn't you that got your knee scratched by the sod, but him because you fucked him.
There we go.
Yeah.
Something about like he like.
You know, I love that you said that. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting.
No,
you
you're
again.
good. You're
Jesus
good.
Christ. How do you feel about lying?
About comedy?
In a joke?
Yeah.
I lie all the time.
Good.
I never lie.
Really?
Well, no, let me tell you. Here's the thing. I feel the same way because I also have like a lot of wild stories that they sound like lies, but I do embellish some stuff.
Okay.
But like most of the stuff I say is like embellished in reality. This is really funny. This is an aside about me. Like I've gone up and I told like jokes about being in an interracial relationship, and people. I got off stage and they'll be like, "Is that actually true?"
That's the thing that you were gonna make up.
Yeah, I was like, no, this is actually true.
Can you imagine though if it wasn't like your whole like brand is like this like BBC joke, and you're not even actually in a joke in a relationship
really funny,
with.
Like, you know, I have like this really good BBC joke, and I kept telling it for like months and months, and I kept rewriting it. So everyone's like, "Oh, Heather and her black boyfriend." I'm like, "Yep, that's true." But I'm always with Tristan, and they always think we're together.
Yeah.
So they
That
always thought they're like, so they're like. So they thought one person thought, they're like, "Oh, you're mixed, right?" And Tristan's like, "No."
There was one time where they were looking like really hard at me. They were like, because she had just gotten off stage telling like this BBC joke about her boyfriend, and they were like,
"But here's the thing. I was literally sitting right next to him in a shared chair. Like I was sitting right next to like I was sitting right next to a black man in a shared chair.
Your boyfriend was there,
but somehow they thought I was like Tristan's girlfriend.
Yeah, and they were like, "You don't look black though." I was like, "I'm not the boyfriend."
No, but could you imagine? Like I've gotten this so many times. Like I come across so white. That when I was literally like sitting in the lap of a black man, they thought I was still somehow Tristan's
unfathomable. Girlfriend. They were like, "They're just friends."
I'm not even fucking kidding. Like I was like, "How fucking white am I?" I'm not even kidding. He's like, I'm like, because it was like a shared chair. Like it was like, and me and Devin are sitting like this, and Tristan's like over there.
You were like, I think you were sitting on like the arm of the chair with your legs across his. You were like basically sitting on his lap.
Yeah, and they're like, and then they like, he came up to us later. He goes, "Oh, I thought he was your boyfriend." I'm like, "Bitch, I'm sitting on this black man's lap."
I was like COVID distance away from you guys.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying is like, it made no fucking sense. Like, could you like literally like
oh my god, people are so stupid.
I mean, it makes no, and like me and my boyfriend have been together for almost like 4 years. And people are still like, "Oh, you guys are together?
Do you do the sex?
Do we do the sex? No.
Is that what they say?
No, it's just a front. Tristan is really my lesbian lover.
I knew it.
I'm your gay best friend.
He's a lover of the lesbians.
I'm the world's straightest gay best friend, I think, or the world's. Yeah, no, that's how
You're
it
like,
is.
you literally like were so straight that you realize like you were so straight.
You're like full circled?
It became gay, yeah.
Yeah.
But you're also like, but it's like, yeah, you were so straight, you kind of turned it into like a circle, and now you're like, wait, am I gay? Wait, is
when
gay?
You're so straight that you become gay.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying I have like gay best friend energy.
Yeah, I mean, I treat you like my gay best friend. Yeah. Even though you have a wife.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I'm the world's straightest gay best friend.
Or the gayest straight best friend. Basically. No, I guess it's the other way.
Yeah, because people don't really have like a designated straight best friend.
No.
I mean,
it's just all of them.
I mean, I thought Peter was your designated straight best friend at this point.
Well, yeah, I have designated straight best friends, but.
Oh my god, is Peter my straight best friend? I guess, but he's not my best friend.
I don't know Peter.
He's a guy we do improv with.
That he's in
Tristan
Problem
really
Child.
bonds with, and he also has a lot of gay sexual tension with.
Peter's not gay.
No, you guys
have sexual tension.
You guys have gay bits.
That's just me. Like I'm like in denial. I'm like no.
It's like when we're
just friends, Heather.
Peter, no, you and Peter do bits about being secretly gay or something. That's
yeah,
what I mean.
all straight men do that.
Yeah, bits.
It's like letting
because everybody's gay.
I was like letting off the steam valve, right? It's like haha, right? It's just a joke, man. That time that I said I would suck your dick was just, I was just being funny, man.
Like if you wanted to see, like, it'd be funny. Wouldn't it be funny?
Try. Wouldn't it be really funny?
Just like
fucked if we fucked. It'd be funny if we fucked, guys.
It'd be funny if I just like you just kind of like stuck it in just a little bit.
It's funny. Like have you ever had like your dick sucked, but like a guy? But don't you think like a guy would do it better? Because a guy knows what he wants,
Real
right?
talk.
He goes, so if you just, so if I lick it for like 5 seconds, it's not gay.
It's like the 5-second rule.
But listen, like
For
just
gay
open
sex.
your mouth a little bit so then we both know what it feels like. I'm pretty sure like guys have
All right,
done that.
now your turn.
Guys literally have like, here's my thing. I think guys have probably like throughout time have practiced on each other. Like, let's practice kissing and like maybe sucking on each other.
Yeah,
so
like
for our women.
You know what? I do feel that way, but I would also
For our women.
I would have to argue that it would only make sense that women do that too.
Oh, I know girls do that. There's there was some movie where she was like, they were like lesbian lovers, but she was married. And she goes, "You did not practice kissing other girls in school?" And the girl was like, "No, I've never done that."
I mean, I've kissed other women, but I've never.
No, I've kissed other women, but I didn't.
I didn't
like practice. I didn't practice eating vagina to think I would do it on a guy. Right? You're just, yeah.
That's true.
You're like,
yeah.
this is
But then why? But then like
not applicable.
I don't know why I'm deep diving into the dicks sucking.
Like that guys suck each other's dicks.
Yeah.
So that's been confirmed that like cowboys used to have like gay interactions.
I saw Brokeback Mountain, Tristan.
I mean like Wild West cowboys.
Pirates actually got common law married.
Ancient like Spartan warriors and stuff, like
it was
Roman
actually part
warriors.
of their culture because they believed if you were fighting with your boyfriend, you would fight even harder so he wouldn't die.
Yeah, it was like bonding.
Yeah.
I saw a thing that basically, like Spartans, they would like help each other bathe and like brush each other's hair or stuff, and I was like, this is very gay. It's about as gay as you can get.
It wasn't even being gay, it was just being like normal.
Right.
And like
neither is cuddling with your homies now.
Yeah. It's just like normal. And they were like, yeah,
it's
like
normal.
I just get it up the butt sometimes, or I give it up the butt, and I have a wife at home. The girls, I just want to know about like, I mean, we know about like the like homosexual practices of men, but what about the ladies? Like, were the ladies allowed to be gay? Or did they care about the ladies being gay?
Haven't you seen those things where it's like the Victorian women, they're just really close friends
I know
who
that.
live together.
I know that, but I meant like ancient Roman women.
I think in Greece, it was kind of like anything goes. In Greece, they had a very like free
it was
sexual.
Different. I mean, it could be anything goes for men, but what about the women?
For women too. Like
really? In Greece,
Greeks had like a ton of orgies.
I know in Roman, like
good
women weren't really
good for them. I mean, yeah.
I know like some
It's
Roman
just
women,
stressful.
like higher Roman women, actually had like gladiator lovers, and they would pay them, and that's how gladiators made some extra money on the side.
What a side hustle.
Yeah, I know, and like that's what. Yeah, I've deep dived into Roman culture. I think about Roman culture 3 times a day as well.
That's because you're so masculine.
Big Heath. Like what?
I think that's not real.
What?
The men thinking about Roman.
No, okay, listen to me. I went to Devon, my boyfriend. I went to and I literally was like, how often, as a joke, I was like, how often do you think about the Roman Empire? He goes, probably like every day or like once a week. I was like, are you serious? Out of context. And he didn't know about the turn. He goes, yeah, blah, 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 blah. And then, the emperor, Marcus Aurelius. I'm like, what are you talking about? What's happening? It's real.
I think of it.
It's real.
I think of it in terms of
the Roman Empire too.
Yeah, it's by extension. I think about it in terms of like today. Like I look at like how Rome fell and then like what's happening in America, and I'm like, we're doing it all over again.
But how often do you think about it? Like once a day? Like every day?
It's not daily.
The world's on fire, Heather.
I'm aware. I literally talk about how I think society, like we're on the
we definitely are.
And I mean, yeah, we're gonna. So, do you look like you know home remedies? Are you good? Do you know like anything?
What a weird compliment.
Do you like?
I don't know that it was a compliment.
Are you good at like building things?
Fuck no. Are you kidding me?
Are you good? Like, are you good at building things?
It's the overalls.
You
you made an assumption.
I don't wear these every day.
Are you like fighting? Can you fight people, or can you like no?
No.
What's your like? What would your skill be in the apocalypse?
I would die.
Your skill would be laying down.
Yeah, I'd be like
and giving in.
Yeah, I'll be like, I will sacrifice myself for the greater good of whoever wants to put forth more effort.
I think my skill would just be pure panicking for basically the rest of my life, and then that's how I would survive. But also trying to take over a religious cult that survived. I would just eventually try to take it over.
Yeah, you'd
I would like to
start a sex cult.
I was gonna say I would like to be a cult leader.
Mm-hmm. It's a good aspiration.
But you'd have to like be very committed to your grandiosity and not just be like, guys, I'm not feeling it. Could you imagine like you, like
I think I'm gonna lean in and say that people would find it endearing and then want to follow me more.
Well, if you try to like step
like,
down,
oh no, like our leader is feeling insecure today. Like we must support her.
Better gas her up.
And you're like, guys, I'm actually not God, and I'm gonna like step away now. They're like, no, that means you're even more like God.
God too needed rest.
Oh my God,
dude, that would happen to me. Do you know what I mean? I would start a cult, change my mind, and be like, this is way too much. Yeah. And then I wouldn't be able to get out of it.
Because they literally would be like looking.
They'd be like, enjoy your rest.
Enjoy your rest. What can I get you?
And they'd be like following you around. You'd be like, God damn it, just leave me alone.
I'd be like Forrest Gump when he ran.
I'm tired.
Yeah, that's. So I was like,
I'll go home.
For some reason, I was like, you'd have to actually commit to that, right?
No, I have commitment issues.
I can tell.
Commitment issues with.
It was like, I don't know.
Stop you from making a cult.
I think I would be a cult leader, but then I would become so extreme in my power that they would be like, infighting, and then there would be like 2 sects of the group, and then I'd be like, we had to kill them all.
That makes sense.
You'd be oppressive, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
I would have to be oppressive because
I love that she made like the subtle change from you would be oppressive to I would have to be. She was like, you're right.
It's not an option.
No, like, it's conformity to like the highest degree. And it would be like, I would rule with an iron fist, or you get a fist up the ass. Like, I'm not even like, that would be a form of punishment.
Rule with an iron fist.
Okay, so when the world is ending, here's what's going to happen. Heather is going to start a cult, and I'm going to start a cult. And you just got to pick one.
I got to pick one.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Well, not you specifically, the general you.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't do that.
I was going to say, like, which one would I pick? I'm like,
which cult would you join?
I don't know. In the comments. I feel a little bit ambivalent about the iron fist up the ass.
In a good way or a bad way?
I can't decide if that's a pro or a con.
You'd be like my right hand.
I would be the one wearing.
Be the one in the ass.
I'd be wearing the fist.
I mean, no, because like me and Tristan talked about this last time, and Tristan's like, "Oh, I would go off on my own and be like a lone wolf," and I can kind of see that. But I feel like Tristan would like go off in the woods, and then you would have your hippy dippy cult, and I would have like basically like my extremist cult, and then like one day, like either we're all traveling, we're all migratory probably, because like we need to keep getting food places, and eventually like Tristan will find our groups again, and he'll be like, "What the fuck happened to you guys?" And then he'll be like, "Heather, why do you have so many guns?" I'm like, "Why don't you have guns?"
What's that on your hand?
And you're like, all your people are like flowing, like throwing flowers and being like, "Oh, look at the deer! It's
really?" I pictured a daisy chain.
And yeah,
so I'm glad
like
you
daisy,
said that.
like, and then you're just like having fun, and like they all learn how to grow herbs and shit. You guys have a really good weed pile, or maybe you figure out how to make drugs. And I'm just like marching people down.
You have like a hippie Montessori cult.
You're like a hippie Montessori cult, and like mine is just like gun-toting militaristic people, and then like they meet. And then you'd be like, "Heather, I was on your podcast."
Your
like,
cult sounds like they would storm the Capitol.
Yeah, and I would be like, and here's
Heather
the thing,
was responsible for January 6th.
My cult would mainly be men, and like
this is literally just like
it would mainly be men.
Make America great again.
And that you would be surprised that the leader is a woman.
Who knew?
Or it would be an extreme where the women are the leaders and the men are the followers.
So Big Keith is a proud boy.
That's what we're saying.
I'm saying like you'd be surprised that like all this aggression is like from a woman.
Big Keith is like, we need the fist.
And basically,
some people don't like the fist, but I think the fist is pretty great.
Listen, and then I would have a harem, and I would control these men by having sexual access to the women, because the women would be my concubines.
You'd be gatekeeping pussy.
I would be like, "You're rewarded today. You can be with Jessica for an hour." Or I'll give them like 5 minutes. I'll be like, "Jessica, you know how to do it."
They'd be like, 5 minutes? I don't know.
No, Jessica,
that seems like a lot.
Yeah, exactly. And they'll be like, get 2 minutes in, and then you just gotta pull out. Like not even like a full. Yeah.
Not a lot of those guys would use the full 5 minutes. You don't understand how much I would enjoy
controlling like that.
I think I do, which is terrifying.
I can't understand it. Yeah. You're literally like, pussy would be a bargaining chip. Do you understand me?
You don't understand that it would be.
And I control the pussy.
And I'd be like bargaining, like, and I would control the reproductive procreation of other people.
Wow. This is starting to sound like Handmaid's Tale.
Am I actually freaking you guys out?
No.
I just always underestimate like how conservative you are on the inside.
I think you just underrate how like actually like narcissistic I am on the inside. I don't know if it's even conservative. It would just be
that was pretty conservative.
It'd just be a power trip.
What you were just describing.
But here's the thing though, like
as far as I'm concerned, you're Trump's running partner.
I know. Like I'm not even like
fucking Trump Scott 24.
And these women would be like, they would thank me. They'd be like, "Thank you for."
What is happening?
These women, they said that they wanted. They thanked me for this.
I grabbed them by the pussy.
Oh my god!
And gave it to Jeff.
So we regret to inform you, this is no longer a feminist podcast.
I like aggressive. Like I feel like there's like a lot of like women that think like me, where they think like sex. Well, here's the thing.
Stop thinking about how
the rails. I've been off the rails.
When I walked in the door, you guys were like, "How queer are you?" And now we have like completely transitioned.
Welcome
it's
to
the
the
red
dichotomy.
Shirt. This is how
it's the red shirt.
Welcome
I think.
to the dichotomy of being. And I feel like women would be like, they are like me, where they could like, oh wait, I can control men through sex.
I think that people.
That's what I mean.
I think that they're already doing it.
Yeah, but the thing is that women do that with their own sexual
autonomy.
acts.
Yeah.
Not, I'm going to use these women.
I mean, I think women will do what they have to.
You're like, I will use other women's bodies to control men through sex. That's where it gets really.
That's where it'll be hippy dippy, because it would be like the women would be able to have their own sexual rights. We basically are controlling the sexual rights of the men, but the women can do whatever they want with their bodies.
So
what if they want to fuck Jeff?
Would it be like a sign up?
They could fuck Jeff, but I'd be like, well, what's your end goal with fucking Jeff? You can't give him the goods without getting like protection or having him bring us food.
Here's how I'm imagining it: is that you're like, hey, Jeff's been good today. Who wants to fuck Jeff right now?
Basically, I think that's probably realistically what it would be. It would be like a women's. I would have to package it as like a very patriarchal thing, but really behind the scenes, it's a matriarchal society where we let them think they're in control.
It's like a backwards brothel.
See,
That's what
I'm not even kidding.
Like, you have to get a ticket to get in, and then you don't get to pick. Like, none of it is up. You have to be on best behavior, then you get in, and then somebody has to pick you.
And then somebody will pick you.
Maybe.
Exactly.
Maybe.
Jeff sounds gross.
They're all just like, nah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I would enjoy it too much. But I think I would enjoy it, but realistically, I probably wouldn't do it.
It just sounds like a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
If none of the women pick Jeff, then he like his only option is a glory hole.
I just thought
behind.
Heather is the one that fucks them.
No, I wouldn't.
Like, to be the ultimate feminist, Heather. If nobody wants to fuck Jeff, you sacrifice your own pussy. You have to
do it.
What makes you think I just want to take Jeff out back and just shoot him?
If no one picks them, they just die. This is the worst. I know.
It's the best kind of natural selection.
I don't pick your cult anymore.
You picked it in the beginning?
The fist kind of sold me at first. But
I think
not anymore.
I just think maybe we should integrate our groups, but I don't know how that would.
They would definitely get along.
They would.
You're just describing America now.
Yeah, really. Look,
one group wants that.
We already did it, Heather.
One group wants that. Like that's what we have.
It would be like an extreme mixture of both. I think both.
So maybe that is how you would make America great again.
It's by being gay hippies with guns. That's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really consider myself to be a hippie.
I mean, I meant from like your extremist cult. They would kind of be hippies.
Yeah, I guess they might be. Like in like a we're gonna grow our own food kind of way.
Yeah.
All right. And have sex with whoever we want.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, what did he bring to the group though?
The dick, Heather. That's what he brought.
Not good enough.
Me? Me specifically?
No.
Oh.
Jesus.
I love that you thought, like, you were still, when he was like, what did he bring? And I was like, just the dick. That's all he has to offer. And you were like, are you talking about me?
I brought dick today.
You have so much more to offer than dick, Tristan.
I know, but I just... It's the apocalypse.
You don't need to slang it to be in the group.
I just came from this group where dick and pussy was a bargaining chip. Like
there was fisting.
I would like how you're acting like pussy wouldn't be a bargaining chip in.
I think pussy already is a bargaining chip.
I was gonna say,
but it'd be even more of a bargaining chip in the apocalypse.
It would, because ituld be more of a rare commodity.
That's what I'm saying. Is like I like how you think like my system is fucked up, but really it's a pretty good system.
I hate how much you're trying to sell it. Like,
yeah, I'm not
passionately. You want us to just be like, I see where you're coming from. You're like, I can't stop until you guys are like, it would work.
And it's literally like a value judgment. Like it's like I want you to change your values to agree with my
hypothetical
horrific. We're calling it feminism. But it's actually not.
Yeah. Oh, wait. You know what's interesting about feminism is that my mom actually, I think me and my mom discussed this once. And I've seen it in other places, but they're like, like, you know how women are like, they dress more like risque and they get like boob jobs, whatever jobs. They wear a lot of makeup. They're getting their hair done. But now they're like, oh, it's for me. Mm-hmm. And it's, to say like, fuck you to the patriarchy. But one time my mom was like, how do you know they just don't want you to like, do that in spite of them so they can just see your boobs anyway? Yeah, it was like, you know what I mean?
But
like, how do you know how do you know that's secretly what they secretly want you to do that?
I think that's the reason that you do it or don't do it, because you want to, and if they get enjoyment out of it, then they do. But like, worrying about not doing it because they get enjoyment out of it is like a double negative, in a sense that like you're still giving them what they want, because you're allowing them to have.
That's what my mom is saying. Yeah, you're still giving them what they wanted, but they're still,
no, but overthinking it is like they're still fucking with your head,
right?
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like when I say I put my nipples on the internet, it's not for
men.
No,
that's true feminism.
Yeah,
also,
right.
It's not giving a shit.
I don't think I'm a real feminist.
I don't think that I'm a real feminist either.
But I think you're more feminist compared to me. I think we realized.
It's like a spectrum.
Well, yeah. I mean, everyone is more feminist than you.
Do you think this is going to get me canceled?
No, it's not.
It's funny.
But I think that I do say things like, people ask me if I'm feminist a lot because of the tattoos, and they're like, "Oh, are you a feminist?" And my response is literally, not like a bad one.
Wait, what is it? What is it? Tell me. Okay, wait. We're at a block.
No, that is my response. I say, not like a bad one.
Oh, but you have the blue hair and the
which is inappropriate. Because theoretically there are no bad feminists. There are no bad feminists, right?
Yeah. Well, anyway, guys, I've been Heather Scott.
I've been Tristan Shae.
I'm Jessi Sisson.
This has been Comedic Behavior Therapy, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for having me.
Make sure you call your mom.
Call your mom.
To thank her for being a feminist.
For being alive.
I don't know.
Thanks, Mom.